Hey, it's Bob Negen, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, I'm going to share with you a tale of adversity and how and why it was overcome. So before I get to my tale of adversity and how it was overcome and what it means to you, I'd like to remind you that Friday, December 17th is the last day that you can get a special price on the 2022 Marketing Mentor Program. The Marketing Mentor Program is one of our most popular programs. It's going to be 4 days where you're going to build your plan. At the end of the 4 days, you will have your marketing plan. It's this idea of create it once and apply it endlessly. And so it will really, really help the way that you think about marketing. It will take a lot of stress away from you because your plan's going to be done. Once you build the plan, then all you have to do is work the plan. So look at the link down below. It'll take you to a page where you can learn more, see if it's right for you. And if it is right for you, I encourage you to sign up. So, a tale of adversity and what it means to you. I'm talking about the 2021 University of Michigan football team. Yes, I am a University of Michigan football fan. Our oldest son, Joe, goes to the U of M, and you know what they say, you support where your money goes. But this isn't just me being an enthusiastic fan. This is a really important lesson for all of us as entrepreneurs. So Jim Harbaugh was the coach of the Michigan Wolverines, was a Wolverine. He was a quarterback for Michigan way back in the day. He went on to be a very, very successful coach in college, in the pros. He was a really successful player and coach. The Michigan football team fell into real problems, and they hired Jim Harbaugh back to be the coach, and he was hailed as the savior, right? I mean, so much expectations, but he had been a professional athlete. He had coached at the highest levels. He understood the pressure. He bought into the pressure. But unfortunately, it didn't go the way that he had planned. In last year's season, his team was 2-4, and they got their butts kicked by their two biggest rivals, Michigan State and Ohio State. It was an unmitigated disaster. It was humiliating. And to add insult to injury, while all the fans were clamoring to have him fired, what the University of Michigan did, they went back and they rewrote his contract. They restructured his contract. Basically, they cut it in half. Now, Jim Harbaugh could have easily walked away and went, no way, I'm not taking a pay cut. My money is my money. But you see, here's the lesson. The lesson was he was a man who was focused on the end result. He knew why he came back to the University of Michigan. He came back very specifically to bring this program that he loved, that he was such a part of, and bring it back to prominence. And even though he had to eat crow to do this, he did it. He signed the contract. But then he did what is relevant to us. You see, he fired a whole bunch of his coaches. He changed the way that he looked at it. He brought in young blood. He got rid of the old ways of doing things. Basically, he changed it all. He shook it all up and started over. And guess what? Before this season started, the University of Michigan had a 2% chance of making it into a Big Ten championship game. They had a 0.000 chance or something like that to make it into the college football, playoffs, be one of the last four. And guess what? They're there. They're there. And he defied all the odds. And so what does that mean to you? Why am I sharing that with you? Yes, I'm enthusiastic about the Wolverines this year, but that's not why I'm sharing that with you. The point is, who you are is not where you are. You see, Jim Harbaugh did not define himself by his record last year. Jim Harbaugh did not define himself by what the fans were saying. Jim Harbaugh did not define himself by the fact that he hadn't won those games. Jim Harbaugh defined himself as a winner. Jim Harbaugh knew what needed to be done. And I'm looking at all of you, and I know that you are tired. I know that the last almost 2 years have been incredibly hard. But remember this, where you are right now, the fact that you're tired is relevant. But what I want to say to you, the fact that you're watching this right now tells me that you are probably, most likely, still in business. So while you may not be happy with the way things are right now, you may be feeling tired. You may be feeling burned out. Yes, supply chains are a mess. Yes, it's hard to get help right now. Yes, you've been going hard at it for 2 years. Remember, where you are is not who you are. What has happened cannot define you. Right now, you are in a position. You need to make it through the holidays. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just looking at you and saying, you're here. You made it. And so just because you're tired does not mean that you aren't going to be a tremendous success. I'm looking at all of you independent brick and mortar retailers who have made it through the pandemic. Yes, there's a story right now. A lot of you are telling yourselves that you're tired. And yes, you are. Yes, you may be burned out. Yes, it may be difficult. But you have got what it takes. Let me just say that again. You have got what it takes. You've made it this far. Don't let that story dominate your head. Don't let it understand what is in front of you. Yes, you've got a couple weeks of really difficult work in front of you. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, I know that your customers may be unreasonable. Yes, I know there's going to be more unpleasant situations than there are on most holiday, seasons. But I just really wanted to just give you that message of you've got this. Yes, you may be tired, but you've come this far. And I just really want you to recognize how great the accomplishment you have done. Jim Harbaugh sat there, and I can't even imagine how difficult it must have been, how much crow he had to eat to take a 50% pay cut, but he kept his eye on the prize. And I understand that it's hard right now. Keep your eye on the prize. You have got this. So I want you to think of one thing, one last thing. I want you to have one action item, 2 action items. One action item is when you get done watching this video, I want you to make an appointment, a full day at the most luxurious spa in your town. and I want you to get the two hands, I want you to get the most expensive treatments that they have. If you're not spending so much money that it makes you a little uncomfortable, you're not spending enough money, because you have done so much and you have gone so far, and you deserve something incredibly special. And you know why you deserve something incredibly special? Because you are something incredibly special. So I'm Bob Negen, and I just want to tell you how much respect I have for you and how much love I have for you. And I just want to tell you that you have got this.